Hello there, folks. This is Jiminy Critic here with another movie review for you today. We're going to talk about the movie 12 Rounds. I almost called this thing 12 pounds a number of times because it feels like a full bag of garbage. But anyway, 12 Rounds is the name of the movie. This movie is an action genre movie, of course, brought to you by 20th Century Fox. We won't hold this against them, although everybody makes mistakes. It's rated PG-13, and what's funny is, folks, this is one of these things I have with the ratings board stuff. Nothing wrong with having parental guidance ratings to let us know as parents what movies do or do not have, but it's so funny. I would say of all the major 5 ratings, G, PG, PG-13, R, NC-17, we'll even get into X, but of course we know where those are. The PG-13 rating, this one in the middle that I think came up because of a Steven Spielberg movie, if I'm not mistaken, way back in the day, is got to be one of the most broadly used ratings, and here's the reason I think it is. I think most movie makers today that can get away with trimming just enough stuff out of an R-rated feature that should be R, that would be for mature audiences, trim a little bit and you get, what, hundreds of thousands and millions of more kids in to see this movie. And teens are a big movie-making and movie-going audience right now, bringing in millions and millions and billions of dollars. So this PG-13 to me is kind of way on the end of the spectrum of it's as PG-13 as you can get, but that's neither here nor there. This movie is about 108 minutes long, a little too long, but of course we have to go 12 rounds here, and we'll explain what that means in just a minute. The director of this movie, many of you are going to know his name, Renny Harlin directed this movie. He's well known for directing many, many action features, such as, well, he's done recently Exorcist: The Beginning. They did a remake of the Exorcist movie, The Beginning, the prequel part of the movie. A movie called Deep Blue Sea about the sharks coming out. I think that's where Samuel Jackson gets eaten right off the platform by the sharks. The Long Kiss Goodnight, Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis in that movie. Cliffhanger, way back in the day. Remember Cliffhanger with Sylvester Stallone? And then he lets that girl go and, okay. That's all done by Renny Harlin. He directs this movie. So he's got a lot of action movies behind him. You think he could be an old pro at this? Well, let me tell you what. Everybody has a bad day, and he had a bad one here. This movie stars, you're going to love this. The movie stars the world-famous John Cena. Okay, let me say that again because I'm sure you're going, what? The movie stars world-famous John Cena, C-E-N-A. That's the main star in this movie. You probably won't even know the other people in the movie if you even know who he is. Now, I'm sorry, you wrestling fans from the WWF or WWE or whatever the double W's are that he used to wrestle under. He was one of them. Very famous wrestling guy in his day. Big dude. A very energetic, nice-looking guy. Looks like a friendly dude, like you can get along with him. But he's one of these guys that thinks he can do it all. Pretty soon he'll be doing music. He'll be producing records. Who knows what he's going to do? He should have stuck to the wrestling. He is the main character, plays a policeman in this particular movie in New Orleans. It takes place in New Orleans, Louisiana. He has a partner, and they're driving around the car. Basically, here's the deal. He, in the pursuit of a bad guy, chasing him down, and the girlfriend is with the bad guy. The bad guy's girlfriend gets killed and blames John Cena's police character for her death. He's put away in jail, prison for presumably the rest of his life. But of course, within 1 year of being in prison, somehow, they don't tell the details, but he escapes prison and nobody has any idea where he is, and he's out roaming the streets, and guess who gets a phone call a year to the day after the girlfriend's death? Hey, it's me. How'd you get my number? And so on and so on, it goes from there. Well, guess what? The bad guy, of course, finds John Cena's girlfriend, kidnaps her, and proceeds to, as the movie title would allude, put him on 12 different time imperative adventures that he has to fulfill one by one by one by one if he ever wishes to see his girlfriend alive again. Therefore, the name of the movie, 12 Rounds. It's kind of like a match. He's got to go all 12 rounds or the girlfriend will be killed. This is probably one of the worst written, worst acted, worst movies I've seen so far this year. It's going to make its money probably on the first weekend, maybe a few DVD sales. But I'll tell you what, don't waste your time on this particular movie. I mean, just the preposterous notion of how each one of these 12 different scenarios that he has to get through is set up by one guy who nobody can ever find. Nobody can ever figure out all the plots, twists, and turns that he's done. Only one guy is doing all this stuff, killing off people left and right, and they can never find him throughout the movie. I'll tell you what, I've only walked out on one other movie, and this one here, I'm telling you folks, I'm done. Done. I'm not coming back till I see a better movie.